Hey you guys, let's do the sheriff's blotter. Let's do 30-minute sheriff's blotter so we can fall asleep. And if you notice, I have new props. I'm gonna try not to chew any gum again. So I want to do hair brushing. And my little diffuser, my little aromatherapy diffuser is very relaxing for me. So let me know. Let me know if it's relaxing for you. Also, it has like little rainbow colors. It rotates rainbow colors. And I have these little bottles. Aromatherapy oil. Right now I have peppermint in there. What happened? It's very relaxing. Too bad you guys can't smell it. So let me know. Can you hear the little see? It smells good. Okay, well, let's get started with the sheriff's blotter. I have three sheriff's blotters. Let me know if I have my note to keep my mouth closed. So let me know if I forget to do that when I'm not chewing my gum. I have a tendency to keep my mouth open and breathe through my mouth. So I need to work on that. Okay, sheriff's blotter, July 14th. Start off, Agora Hills. A thief stole a photo camera and 4 lenses valued at more than $4,000 from an unlocked car parked on such and such a court on June 29th. A burglar caused $1,600 in damage breaking into a video and audio business in the 28,000 block such and such, reported June 29th. The person who reported the crime was unable to determine whether anything was stolen when the report was filed. Someone stole a $160 wallet containing $150 in cash and several bank cards from a home on such and such a drive on June 27th. The culprit caused $150 in damage getting into the house. Oh my goodness. Calabasas. Oh, I love Calabasas. It's right up the road here off the 101. I always think of the Kardashians. They live somewhere over there. Calabasas. A burglar stole 5 purses valued at $5,000, 2 watches worth $2,000, a diamond engagement ring valued at $9,000, and other jewelry worth $2,500 from a home on such and such a place. The culprit shadowed a window to get into the house. What if that was the Kardashians? Because that's a pretty pricey robbery. That's terrible. Someone stole a $10 baseball cap, a $20 flashlight. Where's my little notebook? That reminds me, I have to write something. we have so many baseball caps. That would be a fun video. And also, you know how we go, what's in my purse? Do you know what I love even better is a man's wallet. Going through a man's wallet. Oh my goodness. I love that. So, anyways, I just apologize. Okay, here we are. Calabasas next. An employee at the such and such a market at the 26,000 block of such and such a street reported that video footage showed two men looking through a window and attempting to open a side door to get into the business. Since there was no damage, police were unable to determine whether the men were trying to commit a crime or if they just had the wrong address. A thief stole about $150 worth of goods and a car registration and insurance cards from an unlocked vehicle parked on such and such a court. An employee at the public storage facility in the 23,000 block of the Boulevard reported that someone broke into a storage unit. The incident happened June 22nd, and the employee is not sure whether anything was stolen. A burglar caused $1,000 in damage breaking into the master bedroom of a home on such and such a street. Oh my gosh, this really was the Kardashians' house, maybe, because listen to this. About $36,000 worth of jewelry was stolen. Oh, that's a lot. That's why I like to read about Calabasas, Westlake, and Agora areas, because there's some pricey homes over there. So when they have an incident, it's always pricey. It's very interesting, I think. Next, a thief stole a $1,000 cell phone and a charger from an unlocked car on such and such a circle. See, who has the cell phones that cost $1,000 anymore? Aren't most of them usually free? Westlake Village. A person reported that someone tried to rob her at the such and such a store on such and such a road. That the incident occurred after the victim received a response to a Craigslist ad. Oh my goodness. I'm so scared of Craigslist. I would never do it anymore because I'm nervous. About a cell phone she was trying to sell when the supposed buyer, a man, met with the seller to make the transaction. He took out are you kidding me? He took out a switchblade knife and held it to the victim's throat, saying, "The phone or your life." This cannot be real. This is crazy. This is right up the road, next door in Westlake. She pushed the man away, and several people nearby began yelling for help. The man ran away, and authorities weren't able to find him. That is crazy. Oh my goodness, girls, do not do Craigslist, please. And I know, I don't even like to use the word hate, and I hate to be mean to any business or service, but ladies, be careful. Just really be careful. Next, someone stole 50 cashed checks from a beauty business in the 3200 block of the Canyon Road. Okay, well that was it. That was the last of that. Let's go to the next paper. was vandalized with graffiti on June 19th. July 1st, a firearm was stolen from an unlocked car in the 700 block of such and such. A car was vandalized in the 1200 block of such and such on July 1st or July 2nd. A man in the 700 block of such and such threatened and assaulted a woman and the man who was trying to defend her. The assailant was also arrested for possessing illegal fireworks. A 22-year-old man was arrested on an outstanding misdemeanor warrant at the corner of such and such road. July 2nd, about $250 was stolen from a woman's purse in the 2000 block of such and such a road. A woman, age 51, was arrested on an outstanding warrant, the 600 block of such and such. A 30-year-old man was arrested for stealing about $5,400 in the 1400 block of such and such. A man, age 35, was cited for possessing drug paraphernalia and a pair of brass knuckles in the 300 block of such and such. I didn't know they still had brass knuckles. I thought that was like a thing in the 20s or the 30s or 40s with the mafia. Oh my goodness. July 3rd, a man, age 42, was arrested for disobeying a domestic relation court order in the 1300 block of such and such a road. About $350 in property was stolen from an unlocked car in the first block of such and such a street. July 4th, about $23 in merchandise was stolen from the local pharmacy in the 300 block of such and such. A woman was battered in the face in the 100 block of Cali such and such. Such and such a market in the 200 block of the boulevard was vandalized with graffiti and markers. July 5th, a man, age 21, was arrested for receiving stolen property at the northbound 101 freeway by such and such a street. About $1,600 in property was stolen from an unlocked car in the 600 block of the boulevard. About $500 in merchandise was stolen from the outlet store on the boulevard. July 6th, a 30-year-old man was arrested on 2 outstanding warrants and for being under the influence of a controlled substance at the corner of such and such a street. A man, age 54, was arrested for vandalism and obstructing police officer in the 300 block of such and such a street. July 7th, a 21-year-old man was arrested for possessing drug paraphernalia and resisting a police officer in the 700 block of the boulevard. 2 men broke into the office of the laundry store, laundromat in the 600 block of such and such and stole money. A man, age 69, was arrested for petty theft in the 2000 block of such and such. Between July 2nd and 8th, 4 people were arrested for driving under the influence of a controlled substance and 11 people on various drug charges. 1 person was arrested for public intoxication. That's terrible. Okay, let's go to the last. Okay. Okay, here we are. Now, July 2nd, police were called to the 500 block of the boulevard where they arrested 47-year-old woman for assault with a deadly weapon. A 21-year-old man was charged with battery in the 400 block of such and such road. July 3rd, a 29-year-old woman was in violation of her probation in the 2400 block of such and such after she was found out to have a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia hidden in her pocket. Oh my goodness. A 30-year-old man was arrested for battering his girlfriend in the 2800 block of such and such. A 40-year-old woman was reported, a 40-year-old woman reported that someone she knew broke into her home, the 3400 block of such and such, and battered and beat her. Oh. Police found a 60-year-old woman sitting in her car at the Amgen campus, oh my goodness, after hours. She was subsequently charged with driving under the influence and having a blood alcohol content of 0.08% or higher. Now see, she wasn't driving, she was sitting in her car. So how do you get charged with driving under the influence if you're just sitting there, unless the car was running and the keys were in the ignition and she was sitting behind the wheel? Interesting. July 5th, a woman, age 45, was charged with vandalism in the 500 block of such and such. Damage is estimated to be over $400. A 34-year-old woman was charged with spousal battery and assault with a deadly weapon after her husband was stabbed in the 700 block of such and such a street. The Denny's restaurant in the 2800 block of such and such reported that someone used counterfeit money to pay a bill. Oh my gosh. Police were called to the 5000 block of Via such and such to arrest a man age 45 for holding a woman against her will, threatening to kill her if she left him for another man. Oh. Next, after responding to a domestic disturbance call, police encountered a 27-year-old woman under the influence of drugs in the 1800 block of such and such a street. A man, age 57, was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol in the 400 block of the boulevard. A 28-year-old man was arrested for being under the influence of drugs in the 2600 block of Los such and such street. The high school reported that someone broke into the maintenance building. July. A woman, aged 21, was taken to the main jail facility for spousal battery, being under the influence of drugs, and possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia in the 500 block of such and such a road, and she also had a list of outstanding arrest warrants. A 54-year-old man in the 200 block of such and such a road was charged with punching and battering his wife in the face and on her body. A 31-year-old man was arrested for being under the influence of drugs in the 300 block of such and such. A man aged 23 was charged with obstructing officers in the line of duty in the 100 block of such and such. Two men aged 30 and 33 were arrested for being under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of drugs in the 1700 block of such and such a street. The younger man was also charged with possession of methamphetamine and numerous needles. Oh my goodness. Police arrested a 26-year-old man for inflicting corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant in the 2600 block of such and such. An arrest was made in the 100 block of West such and such after a 46-year-old man was found driving under the influence of alcohol. A 26-year-old man was picked up in the 800 block of such and such an avenue for having a pair of metal knuckles. Again, metal knuckles, is that the same as brass knuckles? And possessing drug paraphernalia. So you can't walk around with, like if I had brass knuckles in my purse for protection without getting in trouble. I'm thinking I need a pair of brass knuckles now. Everyone else has them. Weird. While being served an arrest warrant for civil contempt, a 24-year-old man in the 200 block of such and such was also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and a controlled substance and being under the influence of drugs. A man, age 49, was found too drunk to care for himself in the 400 block of such and such. A citation was issued to a 23-year-old man for possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia in the 2300 block of such and such. Two 23-year-old men were taken into custody in the 1000 block of such and such lane for burglary, receiving stolen property, and conspiring to commit a crime. Police took a 55-year-old man to the main jail facility after he was found under the influence of drugs near Avenida de los such and such and Calle de los such and such. A 63-year-old man living in the 3900 block of Macaulay such and such reported somebody had burglarized his home. A woman, age 49, was found under the influence of drugs now near her home, near the boulevard and such street. Police arrested a 49-year-old man in the 1300 block of such and such for being under the influence of drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. The camera shop in the 700 block of such and such reported a burglary. And lastly, the drone store in the 2600 block of such and such a road reported that a thief stole items worth over $1,000. Okay, you guys, well, that's it for the Sheriff's Blotter. You have to let me know if you like this little diffuser. If you like the off and on aromatherapy oil. I'm not sure if I like the noise. I'm not sure yet, as this is the first time I did it. But I'd like to know what you guys think, if you like it or you don't like it. Number one. And number two, see, we can get rid of the noise, and we can just have the little rainbow. See, we could just have the little rainbow. I did a video on the diffuser and the aromatherapy bottles. I did this little video somewhere. It's somewhere on my channel. If I can find it, I'll post the link below if you're interested. And these little aromatherapy, like 6 bottles for like $13 on Amazon. You could just go to Amazon.com and look for essential oils. And they're very reasonable now. Eucalyptus, lavender, orange, peppermint, tea tree, and lemongrass. And I love them all. So, elder abuse, heartbroken, Helen and Hank such and such face a possibility of being forced out of their home after more than 50 years. The couple alleges that their grandson convinced them to sign the house over to him and then he took out several loans against the property. That's terrible. There's this little article by Becca Whitnell out of the Acorn. But I'm not going to read the story. That's just the little caption under the picture. That's terrible. I had a fire by the freeway. Oh my goodness, near the 101. Well, thanks for watching.